NOSA community. It is Shamika. I am back, and today I'm only jumping in to talk about 3 topics. So, one, check out my new backdrop. I think part of one of the topics I'm touching on is about transformation. And you have no idea how much time and attention has been spent into transforming this office space in my home into something that I really like, because the white walls are a bit much over time. So I encourage you guys, especially you guys who do work from home, just do something new, do something different. Just to share a couple of fun things is that I got this here from Lowe's. So I think it's Allen and Roth brand is what it's called. I got this from At Home, this from the Caribbean. I think I got that from Office Depot. So there was a thing going here, but I was definitely about getting the best deal. So make your space look like you need it to look to be in the place you want to be. So on to our hot topics. So welcome all. For some of you guys who don't know me, and if you're on my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and join the NOSA community. We are a thriving, growing, super growing community of nurse-owned staffing agencies. So we are the original creators of the nurse-owned staffing agency, myself as the founder, and then an amazing community that reaches throughout the United States, including Alaska. I think we have a couple of members in Alaska, Hawaii, and Guam. So thank you guys for supporting the community and keeping us growing and sharing the word. And I know we have a fairly small following here on YouTube that we are working to grow, whereas our base following is on Facebook. So if you want to, which I encourage you to, because we've been on Facebook for about 5 years, so go ahead and subscribe here, and then go ahead and click the link to follow us on Facebook in our Facebook group. So within the group, there's a lot of great content from varying types of people, experts, people's experiences. We talk about different products, services. We give out great referrals of companies that have been, have worked with us, have worked with small businesses successfully. Product reviews, which is something I'll start doing more here on the YouTube page, and just kind of overall experiences about the journey. So going from being an employee to an employer has its journey, and sometimes it's a easy transition, but most of the time it's not. So we definitely touch on that, and that's kind of primarily where I jump in the most, is kind of what that journey looks like, how you can make it happen and make it work for you, and understanding that it's not like an instant thing. I know healthcare staffing is super popular the last couple of years, but it does require a tremendous amount of work, because it is a little bit of a unique industry in that staffing happens in every piece of business, but healthcare staffing has the uniqueness of the travel nursing and the per diem and permanent placement, all kind of lumped in together into most staffing agencies. So just to start us off, NOSACon. NOSACon is happening August 19th to the 21st. Our first. It's always fun to do things first. NOSA conference. We are wrapping up registration. So if you want to join us in Atlanta, August 19th through the 21st, I would go ahead and get your tickets. The link is in the registration, in the comment section, sorry. And we're going to have a good time. So we have never come together as a community. At this point, there are 6,000 members in our community. So we are coming together, a few of us, a couple of 100 of us are going to come together and meet, network, collaborate, partner, but it's just not going to be about having a good time in Atlanta, guys. We're also going to be getting the tools, information, and resources that we need. So for those of you guys who are interested in government contracts, we'll have somebody talking about that marketing. Marketing is a big issue because it's become a bigger hurdle to overcome than it was a couple of years ago. So we'll be talking about marketing, trying to get your credentialing and compliance plan together, human resources. We'll talk about recruiting, like effectively, because if you're trying to use the same recruitment style you did in 2017 on the 2022 nurses or healthcare professionals, it's not going to work. So you need to really come up and develop a new recruiting style. Um, Also, social media. Social media is a big thing. I'm going to touch on that in just a few seconds, but you have to, I encourage you highly to have a social media presence. And then, most importantly, just kind of like a business, overall business thing, is to have a strategy. So in these times, more than any other time, you really have to have a strong strategy that will keep you through as we go through the second or third wave of COVID, as the economy changes, as the industry changes, as the needs of our clients change. So you want to have a strong strategy. So we'll have lots of that. We'll talk about funding. We'll talk about joint commission. We'll talk about it all that's happening in our industry during the conference. So I'm excited. Our team is excited to come out and support you guys who plan to attend there. Of course, I'll be there. And then we'll have a couple of team members there as well. And it's always great opportunity to connect. It's always a great opportunity to collaborate. We'll have a couple of healthcare partners out there who will share their insight. And then, of course, we'll kind of close it out on Sunday with a panel. So as a person who's gone to many conferences, I'm a believer in sometimes you just want to ask the experts a specific question. So this will give you guys a chance to do that. I'll also be hosting a Get It Started session on Friday and Sunday of that weekend, early for my early birds, for those of you guys who are newbies. So newbies are encouraged to attend as well. So if you get the opportunity, join us August 19th, Atlanta, Georgia, NOSACon event. Registration is closing on Friday. We are hosting it through Eventbrite. So the link in the comment section is for Eventbrite to purchase your tickets. So on to our next topic. So our next topic is social media. I have so many conversations with people about social media. I'm here on social media and its importance. And honestly, probably now more than any other time, social media is a driving force in our industry. And I say that as a nurse, as an NOSA, as a consultant, as a business owner, because it has so much impact on what we do. So many of us have our favorite social media platform, and there's definitely a few of us who aren't even on social media at all. So for me these days, it's Facebook and TikTok. But in the past, it's definitely been Instagram. I'm still spending more time on Twitter, but not being there as a business owner and sharing your business, you are losing out on tons of exposure, bringing about awareness about your business if you're new into your particular community. And you're also missing out on potential applicants. I don't know the statistics, but nurses, healthcare professionals, all people, but especially in our industry, spend a lot of time on social media. So not being there really misses out on an audience that you can tap into 24/7. So some people might see this video at midnight or see it when they wake up in California. They may see it in Hawaii at any time, but I recorded the video at 11 o'clock on Eastern Standard Time, and I'm putting it on my social media platform to share with others. So one thing I have seen, and this kind of goes into my next topic about transition in our industry, specifically healthcare and the nursing space, is a desire to have a connection to a community. So 4 or 5 years ago, when I created the NOSA community, that's part of what I was looking for. I was looking to connect to a community on a social platform that that encompassed people who were interested in healthcare staffing and kind of ran into some of the hurdles I did or we did in our experience and wanted to kind of bounce ideas, get information, share freely, right? So one of the things that makes social media so good is that the information is typically shared freely, and you can get varying opinions or experiences based on where the person is located. And just like I say, and I've said this 100 times, nursing looks different in different states. It really does. Even though we all take the NCLEX, it really looks different in different states. So having other people's experiences helps shape me as a business owner. So, in doing that as a business owner, putting out information about your business and what you do, or even about your journey in this space, can connect you to other people, connect you to multiple applicants, connect you to potential partners or potential clients. So, not having a presence really hurts you. And I totally get people's apprehension in doing it. It took me, I want to say, maybe a year from the time that I started the Facebook page or group to actually start doing Facebook Lives. And honestly, I just wanted to provide some insight. And one of the videos that I did that's like, I guess it's like 5 years old at this point, was around how to get started. And that was my most popular video. And I tell people in that video, my lighting was terrible because a thunderstorm came in as I started the video. So the lighting went from very bright like this to a little bit dark. I was talking super fast, which is something that I truly am working on, as you can see. And I was moving as quickly as my thoughts were coming. I hadn't written everything I wanted to cover down. I was a little bit excited and nervous at the same time. And I kind of scooted through the presentation. I think it was maybe 30 minutes about my journey and getting started. And I tell people that video was probably the most viewed video that I have on Facebook, and mostly because it was authentic. So, me talking fast is a characteristic of me. And that's not anything that I could have fixed in that moment, but it was something that I became aware of over time that I pay more attention to, because I know that for some people, talking fast can be a distraction. They might miss out on details. So you want to make sure that you're pacing yourself to make sure the person gets the information, because that's the purpose of it. If you're just getting started, you still need to be on social media. Why not create the following of the people who you want to be a part of your organization once you have contracts? Why not create the discussion, create the community, create the club, create the squad, who is going to be the individuals who will support you in your journey or be partners or potential clients for you as you get through the process? So those are all things that you want to consider and take into account when you're getting started with your process. Is go ahead and get on social media. The question comes up 100 times in our group, and I've been asked it. Do you start with the people or do you start with the contract? I say start with your social media. Put it out there. Share with your friends. Hey, this is what I'm doing. Even if it takes you 6 months, 3 months, or 3 weeks to get your first contract, people are already in tune with you. They already follow you. So they know, oh, yeah, such and such, she just started her agency. Oh, she has jobs in Florida. They're already getting notifications about what it is that you're doing, versus you get an opportunity and then you have to rush to find people. So my answer to that question about do you get the contracts first or do you get the people? I am an advocate of get the contracts. You can't fill all those needs. All the facilities work with multiple agencies. You do want to always try. We all within our spaces in healthcare have a squad of healthcare professionals that we consistently work with, or healthcare professionals that have a lot of flexibility. So reach out to friends. We've had friends work some of our contracts just to kind of get us up and going. So because we're in a non-traditional business that has a non-traditional piece of the health of the staffing industry, it's important that we also open to, or make sure that we're open to taking a non-traditional approach. So not unlike other industries that hire people that they know, you can do that. It's not something you have to do long term, but if it opens doors for you in the beginning stages, go for it. And then the last thing is you miss out on audiences. Nurses share. And just like, which I'm just going to guess, I think like 50, at least 100% or 90% of our staff was referrals. And as a nurse, I was referred to at least 90% of the jobs that I took when I was working the floor. It was word of mouth. So because of that, when nurses see jobs, they think of their friends. And or healthcare professionals think of their friends. So if I see something in California or I see something in Florida, of course I'm not there, but I would definitely send those jobs over to friends who are in that area as well. So the same thing happens when we talk about social media. Social media has this great feature that I use on a daily basis, which is the share. People share, and you can see on individual posts how many shares that post got. It might be 3, it might be 300. That's free advertisement on one post. Save your time, save your effort, guys. Get on social media, invest in the time. And as one NOSA mentioned to me that I spoke with about a week ago, that's where you want to get a class, because social media is really a skill. It's not something that you can just do and instantly see rewards. You have to be strategic about when you post, type of content, the consistency of the content in order to get the rewards or the results that you're looking for. So if I had $100 or some extra money and I wanted to spend it on a skill set that I would develop, I would 100% do it in sales, especially if that's an area that you struggle the most in. But I for sure would do it with social media. So that's just my take, guys. I've seen rewards, as you can see here on this community. I've seen it within our Facebook group community of 6,000 members. So it happens as we go into the summer here at the NOSA group. We'll probably put together some things on that, on some more skill-based classes or sessions for you guys to help in those areas. And we'll get more details as we get through the summer and fall months. So other than that, that's all I have for you guys. As I mentioned before, hey, we're going to be at NOSACon. You should join us. You should come hang out August 19th to the 21st. Tickets are still on sale. They will stop being on sale on Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So get your ticket now. If you have any questions on the post, there's the email address where you can email if you're having any questions or any difficulties. We also are having available to everybody if they want to stay at the hotel, the Georgia Tech Hotel and Conference Center. So there are details about that on the Eventbrite website link as well. So if you can't make it to NOSACon, because I get it, everybody's schedule isn't the same, feel free to check us out at TravCon. We will be at TravCon. We won't have a booth, but we'll be there hosting an event at TravCon. We'll also be at Staffing World in October, in Vegas again. And then we'll finally be hanging out our last trip around at the SIA conference in Houston, Texas. All the dates and information are on our website, www.thenosagroup.com. And you can get more details and information about the different packages that they offer. We were at TravCon last year, had a great time. We'll be returning excitedly, and hopefully a couple of more NOSAs will be having booths out there as well so that we can show our support. So that's all I have. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will be chatting with you